On this week's programme, we look back at the semi-finals of the Friends of Newbridge 575, the second round heats of the Hospitality Catering Supersprint from Cork. Plus we pay a visit to County Kildare-based trainer Dolores Ruth. But first, it's racing from Harold's Cross. The Marianne O'Connor Champion Unraced reached the final stage at Harold's Cross last Friday evening, offering a prize of €7,000 plus trophy to the winner. There was also an open sprint and 750 final on the night. We join Michael Fortune for that racing action.
The final of the Harold's Cross Open Sprint, winner €1,000. In Trap 1, Nikita's Rocket. 2 is Ballymac Returns. 3, Timmy Stapler. 4, Balerno Harry. 5, the well-fancied Man of Steel. And in 6, Rack and Ray Prince. Here behind the traps, ready for off for this one. Away number 5 is Fast Away Man of Steel. So is 6, Rack and Ray Prince. They're showing ahead. 2, Ballymac Returns, producing a run to the bend. But it's Man of Steel. Squeezes around there in front. Opens up a lead of 2 lengths over Ballymac Returns. She's in second now, turning for home. But Man of Steel, he drifts wide, but he's running fast. He's going to win this one. Another one for Jerry Media. Man of Steel wins it from 2. Ballymac Returns in second. A fine run there. And the result of the Harold's Cross Open Sprint, the winner number 5, Man of Steel, owned by Michael Cannon and Mark Seeley, trained by Jerry Melia. Second, number 2, Ballymac Returns. And third, number 3, Timmy Stapler, the time 17:57.
Now back to Michael for the lineup of the Marianne O'Connor Champion Unraced.
Trap 1 is Rough and Tumble, owned by the Unsighted Syndicate, trained by Pat Norris, son of DROOPYS Vieri and Mini Surprise. Great breeding for this one. Looked a real prospect in the first round, a little disappointing in the semi-final. Nicely housed here. Number 2, Enchanting Hero, owned by David Giles, trained by Reggie Roberts, son of Top Honcho and Enchantment. A 20-length winner of the first round, beaten in the semi-final by KNOCKARD Droopy. It could be close between them tonight. Trap 3, one of the outsiders, Craig Smoo, owned by John Hogan and W.D. Fleming, a daughter of Rowan Oakey and Kilree Pippin, has finished second in both her races to date, hasn't been disgraced, but what a task she faces here. Boasting an unbeaten record into the final is Watch the Runner, owned and trained by Ollie Bray, son of Top Honcho and Watch the Market. Very good early pace, 29.50, estimated 29 seconds the first round and 29 seconds in the semi. He's very much going to be to the fore here to the bend. And now Trap 5, Rick HAEL, owned by Pat Nolan and Michael Doyle, the son of Larkill Joe and Aries Rose, certainly bred for pace, has finished third in both his outings so far, ran well behind Ballymac Bullet in the first round, but was in trouble in the semi-final, still ran well to qualify. One of the outsiders here. And in 6th, the favourite, KNOCKARD DROOPYS, owned by Mark Parsons, trained by Owen McKenna, son of DROOPYS Kuhl and Eye for Style. He won his first race by 9 lengths, the semi-final by 3 lengths. Outstanding early pace on both occasions. 28.71 in the semi-final, a deserving favourite. The hair behind Traps. KNOCKARD is well away. He flashes out and cuts across the field. Into the bend is number 6, KNOCKARD Droopys. 2, Enchanting Hero is second. He takes a bad bump from 1, Rough and Tumble, and surely this is over. Because out front it's KNOCKARD Droopys. Got a mile clear. Has Watched the Runner's been knocked over and is trying to run across the field. But down the far side, KNOCKARD Droopys. He's gone 4-5 clear around the final bend. KNOCKARD Droopys way out on his own all the way here. Enchanting Hero in second, as coming to the line, number 6 out front here. That's KNOCKARD Droopys wins in style from 2, Enchanting Hero, and then 1, Rough and Tumble in third, the time 28.82. The result of the Marianne O'Connor Champion Unraced, the winner, an impressive KNOCKARD Droopys, owned by Mark Parsons, trained by Owen McKenna. Second, number 2, Enchanting Hero, and third, number 1, Rough and Tumble, the time 28.82. Well, a mighty interesting contest. Here's number 6, KNOCKARD Droopys, gets a flying start. Really, the race is already over. Although number 2, Enchanting Hero, very unlucky. Now watching behind, bit of a melee here. And number 4, that's Watch the Runner, takes a very bad fall. Out of the picture now, Watch the Runner goes back infield. This is a matter of contention in Irish greyhound racing. Should the hare be stopped? It does happen in England. It doesn't happen here, I'm afraid. But Watch the Market, meanwhile, or Watch the Runner, I should say, going across the middle of the track. And we see KNOCKARD Droopys on his way to victory from Enchanting Hero. Now watch, bang, in comes Watch the Runner, collides with Rick HAEL. Luckily, both dogs were okay after the race, and so was KNOCKARD Droopys the impressive winner.
Well, Mark, congratulations, KNOCKARD Droopys. These unraced stakes invariably throw champions of the future. He's a dog with serious early pace. You must think the world of him.
Superb. Don't know what more to say.
How did you get your hands on him?
Find him through a network of friends in Ireland here, and lucky to find him, and very glad to have found him.
And plenty of fun to be had in the next few months.
Well, we can only hope, but day by day, see what happens, and leave it down to the champ here to sort out what he's going to do with him.
Well, indeed, the man at the end of the lead, Owen McKenna. We're talking to you an awful lot these days, Owen. Your dogs are really flying at the moment.
Yeah, running well. It's early in the year, but they're all running very well. The kennels running very well, and long may it continue.
You spoke to me before the stake and told me he had a bit of an understatement.
Well, you don't know, going into, he's obviously trialled against pups, and he handled a step up in class, so hopefully he's a step up in class further to go now once he goes with the race dogs. But he's good early, which is a big help, and if you can get around the bend in front of any dog, you take a bit of catching, but he's a prospect for the year.
Will you try and keep him in puppy company for the moment, or will you step him straight up?
I don't know where we go after tonight, but we'll have to have a think. But it's just nice to win tonight, so we'll have a talk later on.
You can discuss it in the bar.
We will, thank you.
The bell goes for the Harold's Cross Bookmakers 750 final. In 1 here is Hell Road Prince, 2 Who Loves Your Baby, 3 Group Venture, 4 Bally Euro, 5 Group Champ, and 6 Maple Girl. The favourite, a very hot favourite, number 1 Hell Road Prince, as the hare comes up behind Chaps, and away to go. Hell Road is away quite well, but it's a very level run to the corner. Hell Road on the inside, 4 bursts around in front, Bally Euro, and he goes clear on the bend from 5 Group Champ in second. But it's Bally Euro number 4 leads up to the stands with number 5 Group Champ in second. 1 Hell Road Prince back into contention, and then Maple Girl, she's much closer than normal. Hell Road Prince hits the rail at the third bend and bumps into number 6 Maple Girl, and down the far side it's number 4 out front Bally Euro. But here comes Group Champ with his powerful finish, and Group Champ takes over before the third bend and goes on by 3 lengths now. Group Champ extending that advantage. His powerful stare owned by Mary Kenny has stretched way clear coming for home, and it's number 5 Group Champ wins this one convincingly. It's close for second, number 1 Hell Road Prince second, and 3 Group Venture is third, the time 42.14. And the result of the Bookmakers 750 final, the winner number 5 Group Champ owned by Mary Kenny, second number 1 Hell Road Prince, and third Group Venture also owned by Mary Kenny. Great 1-3 for Mary, the time 42.14.
Out of the second bend tonight, it was a pretty picture.
It was all over, yeah, it was really great. I mean, once it was in a position to challenge without meeting trouble, it was bound to be a one-way traffic after that, and that's the way it turned out.
No doubt you'll campaign them throughout the year, plenty of events to go for.
Well, that's what I always say, when they're sick you have to leave them up, or when they have a hurt toe or something else you have to leave them up, but I mean when they're well, why not run them?
And now a free entry to the Corncaculla, no doubt that'll be a target, 50,000 carat there.
Have a chance, yeah, I'll have a chance.
He obviously loves the circuit.
They come over from England and everywhere else for that, won't they? But still, he'll be there, he knows the place well, doesn't he?
Well, Joe, we'll see you in a few months' time, so.
Thanks, Ian, thanks very much.
Also on Friday night, the Newbridge track hosted the semi-finals of the Friends of Newbridge 575. Trap 6 in the first heat, Chucky Paw, was the 6-4 favourite, and Slave Driver, running from 5 in the second heat, returned the 2-1 market leader.
Now the runners in traps for the opening semi-final of the Friends of Newbridge 575. In trap 1 is Glen Tricks, trap 2 Tinlock Billy, in 3 Judkin Girl, 4 Meath Man, in trap 5 the reserve Leo Blackie, and finally the hot favourite number 6 Chucky Paul. The hare now coming around the final turn up behind the traps, and off they go. A pretty level start. Number 1 coming out well, Glen Tricks now in the middle. Number 4 Meath Man leads into the corner. Number 5 Leo Blackie in chase onto the corner. Number 5 Leo Blackie cuts the inside, enters the second corner in control. Number 4 now Meath Man is challenging on the outside. Number 6 Chucky Paul, that's the favourite, and Chucky Paul begins to assert, goes a half a length, now a length clear into the third bend. Number 5 Leo Blackie in chase, then comes 4 Meath Man, but around the final couple of bends it's number 6 Chucky Paul, looks like a winner at this stage, running up the home straight. Trap number 6 Chucky Paul extends its advantage, wins it handily in the finish, very close for second, a number of them there. The winning time of that one, a very fast 31.55. And the result of the opening semi-final of the Friends of Newbridge 575, the gamble paying off. Number 6 Chucky Paul winning, second trap number 4 Meath Man, and third number 1 Glen Tricks, the winning time 31.55.
He ran great, he came out well enough for him. He's normally not a good dog over the box, then he's a young dog and he's learning. If he keeps trapping like that he'll have a good chance, you know what I mean? Just that's his little problem. If he keeps starting around the ball, you know.
On to the second semi-final of the runners in trap order. 1 is Fiona's Melody, in trap 2 Rusheen Fox, 3 is Top Brooklyn, in 4 Remember Billy, 5 Slave Driver and 6 Whitestown Star. The hare now well on the way, and off they go. And first to show is trap number 1 on the inside, Fiona's Melody. Now number 2, Rusheen Fox, begins to assert into the corner. It's number 2, Rusheen Fox leads from number 4, Remember Billy. Back in third, number 1, Fiona's Melody. The favourite, a lot of work to do. She's back in 5th spot, but out front, number 2, Rusheen Fox with number 4, Remember Billy, who putting in a big challenge. Back in third, number 1, Fiona's Melody. Into the third bend, Rusheen Fox and Remember Billy. Number 1 is closing, Fiona's Melody. Then number 6, Whitestown Star makes up ground. But around the final corner, it's Remember Billy. Here comes trap number 6, Whitestown Star, up the home straight. Number 6, Whitestown Star, flies home to land the spoils. Second was number 4, Remember Billy, was close for third, 31.90, the winning return. And the result of the second semi-final, trap number 6, Whitestown Star, the winner. Second, number 4, Remember Billy. And back in third was trap number 2, Rusheen Fox, 31.90, the winning time.
He's very slow to come out though, but once he comes to the second last bench, he comes home really well. I think a lot of the dog, yeah, a lot of the dog. You know. He's only a young dog, and he's only maybe 5 or 6 races run only. So I think a lot of him, yeah. So I'm just hoping for the best.
And the trap draw for the final of the Friends of Newbridge 575 was made by Willie Coyle. The final this Friday night. In trap 1 is Meath Man. Trap 2, Glen Tricks. Trap 3, Rusheen Fox. In 4, we have Remember Billy. Trap 5, wearing the orange jacket, is Chucky Our Paw. And trap number 6, Whitestown Star.
Sonic Flight now moving third ahead of Premier County. Around the final bends and it's Larkin-Low being challenged by Mixed Mystic. Sonic Flight is just in behind them, coming off the last corner. Larkin-Low runs very wide, and suddenly on the inside, Sonic Flight coming up to challenge, and Sonic Flight getting there.
No stranger to success with events such as the Derby, the Masters, Produce Stakes and the 2001 Irish Laurels under her belt, Kildare-based trainer Dolores Ruth has renewed her training licence after a short career break.
I was going to go the road of a private licence, but after discussions with Board Nagan, they told me that to be a private trainer, I could only train 4 dogs for 1 or 2 owners. I have only 2 owners, but I'd have a lot more than, say, 4 dogs for each owner. The way that I got back into the dogs, it's just made it very simple for me. You just have the 2 owners to, basically answer to and, discuss the dogs with. And but usually when we plan out things, I listen to their views, but at the end of the day, I usually make the decision. So I find it's very good. There's more enjoyment out of it, and as I say, I've got the more quality type of dog now, and it enables me to race more in Shelburne Park as well, which I think there's only one place really for dogs, it's Shelburne Park. If they can do it there, they'll just go and do it anywhere. My main hope is Clash to Fun. He won the Produce Stakes last year, but I think since he's had the winter break, the dog has turned inside out, he's matured. His coat has come absolutely super, and I think he's going up my gallop. Absolutely unbelievable. His pace this year, I think, compared with the way he was going up my gallop last year, I think it's improved unbelievable. I think he's going to have a huge say in the majors this year. If I could say I had a good chance of winning the Irish Derby, Clash to Fun's going to be my dog.
Another of Dolores's hopes is a young dog called ZIGZAG Stewart.
He's my new kid on the block, smashing dog, young pup, going for the Produce Stakes. He has great attitude towards what he's doing. I started him off in the deep end very much. I asked him a big question. I raced him in Shelburne Park in a 29-second stake in Shelburne Park. Very, very inexperienced. And he has come through the ranks at an improved rate, which is just, it's answered the questions. He won a stake in Shelburne Park, 29-20 stake, and he did it very well. He has started to get the early pace side of it together. He was trapping very puppyish and not coming out of the traps, but he's got it all together now. His pace down the back straight is very impressive, and there's not too many can live with him from the 4th bend home. I'll stay in training definitely. but I get into a little bit of the breeding side of it. There's a couple of brood bitch there. I've always loved rearing pups because I reared Sean the Slippy here that won the Derby as a puppy. So I love that side of it, but only as like either a hobby or just to have a few. I always love to have 3 or 4 puppies around the place. I think it creates great atmosphere, they're great fun, they're very enjoyable to watch progress and go on and, you know, win the top races that we've produced here. I have a nice litter of pups by Top Honcho at King Craig Duchess. I've 3, a dog and 2 bitches there. There's a lovely dog and a bitch that I think look very, very good indeed. But there's one of the little bitches that was just small. So she ended up coming into the house on the settee. So she's the youngest recruit to the Punches Grange setup on the armchair. So the 2 old boys don't know what's happened to them in the house because I've 2 there, 13 and a half and 11 and a half on the settee. So the new addition has come as quite a shock.
And as for the dogs in training, they too have all the modern comforts and facilities at hand.
I have a fabulous 330 metre all-weather gallop, specially laid out for the dogs. I have a swimming complex. I have the land here, which is just enough. It's not huge acreage, like there's 4.5 acres, but I have the use of all the land around me, which is some of the finest land in Kildare. So we go walking the fields with the dogs up through the Grange Hill and some fabulous walks. It's great serenity in the area. And I have some very good kennels. Always keep them, you know, up to date and clean and manageable as possible. The setup's very simple, that the gallop's on hand, swimming pool is on hand. I can paddock all the dogs in a couple of minutes. I've indoor paddocks where I can let them out in the bad weather, and I have a very happy bunch of dogs. For the amount of dogs that I have, for the results I've got, it has to say something. I let the dogs produce the goods, and I just keep basically getting on with the job that I have to do. I enjoy it, and I always, you know, do my best to produce the dogs that they look well, and you know, I turn myself out not too bad either. Being a woman in a male-dominated sport, it's tough. There's no getting away from it. There's very few females have sort of been able to go through the ranks and stick it out really, and you know, it speaks volumes as to the amount of lady trainers that's there that, you know, has made it to the top. There'll be very few. It's a great way of life, you know, like you're doing a job and you have your hobby as well, and to be able to do both of those things is, you know, it's very special if you can make a good living at it now. The board have just done unbelievable work to improve the facilities for trainers, as well as, you know, everything else that they've done for the Greyhound people. But from a trainer's point of view, they've improved things vastly for, you know, to get in and make it a living. Been able to have 5 or 6 runners in Shelburne Park on a Saturday night with the small kennel that I have as a big motivation. It's a great feeling to be able to go and just, you know, race a good quality type of dog. To be on top of the podium for the classics is a big motivation.
The hospitality catering Supersprint is one of the most valuable events on the calendar for sprinters. Saturday night at Curryheen Park, the second round heats were run. And in the opening heat, Silky Joe is a popular favourite running from Trap 5. The runners in 1 Move Along Marty. Trap 2 is Ballymac Wise. In 3, Girl Wonder. 4, Agadan Joe. Trap 5, the favourite, Silky Joe. And 6, Leave You Hero. The hare now well on the way, coming up behind the traps, and off they go, and a very level start. Number 5, Silky Joe on the outside. Number 1 now, Move Along Marty, going well on the inside. But it's number 5, Silky Joe, the favourite, leads into the bend. Number 2, Ballymac Wise, showing big pace to go second. Back in third, number 1, Move Along Marty. The rest won't be winning it. Around the second corner, number 5, Silky Joe, the favourite, is going to land this one, as favourites should. Second was trap number 2, Ballymac Wise. And third, number 1, Move Along Marty. The winning time, a nippy 17:71. Kilboy Oak had impressed when winning his first round heat, and he too was all the rage in the second heat, running from Trap 2. It's in 1 Blue Striker. Trap 2 is Kilboy Oak. In 3, Sleek Bill. 4, Senahill Hawk. Trap 5, Safe Driver. And finally, trap number 6 is New Park Best. The hare now well on the way, coming up behind the boxes. The dogs all set. And away they go. And number 2, Kilboy Oak, absolutely bolts from traps. He leads by 3 lengths into the corner. From number 1, Blue Striker on the outside, number 4, Senahill Hawk. But around the corner, it's number 2, Kilboy Oak. This fellow's clear and not going to be caught. Number 4, Senahill Hawk in second. Back in third is number 3, Sleek Bill. But this is all about number 2, Kilboy Oak, a hugely impressive winner. Second, number 4, Senahill Hawk. And third, number 3, Sleek Bill. The winning time, a blistering track record, 17:44.
Following that record-breaking performance, it was on to the third heat, where the favourite was Mustang Fastback, going from 2.
The runners in 1 Premier Game. Trap 2, Mustang Fastback. In 3, Witches Triggs. 4 is Friday Harbour. In 5, La Valley Hawk. And finally in 6, Ballymacmini. The hare now up behind traps, and off they go. A level start. Number 6 now, Ballymacmini showing in front and the outside. Number 3, Witches Triggs showing good pace. Number 2 now, Mustang Fastback leads into the corner. It's number 2, Mustang Fastback. Oh, an awful pile up there. The favourite is hampered badly. It's number 1 now, Premier Game on the inside. On the outside, Ballymacmini, but up the home straight. Number 1, Premier Game on Ballymacmini. Premier Game gets there. Ballymacmini is second. In third, number 4, Friday Harbour. 17:81, the winning time.
And the final heat of the night, eagerly awaited, the clash of Paulo Coelho, Mustang Buster and Droopy's Hughes.
The runners in 1 Getaway Cash. Trap 2 is Paulo Coelho. In 3 we have Mustang Buster. 4 Droopy's Hughes. In 5 Castle Lions Audi. And in 6 Ballymax Arena. The hare now up behind the boxes. The dogs all set. And away they go. Number 2 now, Paulo Coelho off to a good start. Number 4, Droopy's Hughes, a strong challenger in second. Back in third to number 3, Mustang Buster. But out front, it's number 2, Paulo Coelho. He's going to lead them into the home straight. Number 4, Droopy's Hughes continues in chase. Back in third spot, number 6, Ballymax Arena, having a good battle with Mustang Buster. But it's number 2, Paulo Coelho, goes on to win it in style. Second, number 4, Droopy's Hughes, close enough for third. 17:46, the winning time.
So superb action there in the second round. The semi-finals will be run on Wednesday night. The big question, will the record go again?
We'll take a look ahead to the fixtures now, and the second round of the ISDO and Red Mills Produce Stakes takes place at Clonmel on Wednesday night, starting at 7:30. Also, the semi-finals of the Hospitality Catering Supersprint at Cork. Then on Friday night at Newbridge, it's the final of the Friends of Newbridge 575 and the second round of the New Park Stud Unraced Sprint at Dundalk. Mullingar have changed their date from Thursday the 18th to Saturday the 20th for the semi-finals of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch. It's also a benefit meeting for the local Oliver Plunkett Hurling Club. And Cork hosts the final of the Hospitality Catering Super Sprint. The semi-finals of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup takes place at Limerick. And of course the BCR Easter Cup gets underway at Shelburne Park. On to Sunday, and the ISDO and Red Mills Produce Stakes reaches the quarterfinals at Clonmel. For quick and concise information on greyhound form, upcoming fixtures and a multitude of data, visit the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie. Next week it's the semi-finals from Mullingar as well as Limerick, the final from Cork and Newbridge, plus the quarter-finals from Clonmel.